grade. This is Mrs. Ball with your social studies lesson for today. Let's go ahead and get started. Our standard is SS 1.10. Describe the role of money in everyday life. Our essential questions are: how is money used in everyday life? Why is money necessary in today's world? Our I can statement is: I can describe the role of money in everyday life. All right, today we are going to read a passage. The title is Needs and Wants. Needs and wants are different things. When you grow up, you will receive a paycheck each month. What will you spend it on? Will you immediately go out and buy tickets to an amusement park with your entire paycheck? What will you do for the next couple of weeks until you get another paycheck in? Your family will need certain things over those weeks. They will need to eat. Although sometimes junk food is not as expensive, you should budget your money so you can buy healthy fruits and vegetables. Your family will also need electricity for your home. Do not forget to pay your mortgage so you can keep your house. If you budget out what you need to pay, then you can take money that is left and buy things that you want. You should also keep some money in savings. You can save your money in your bank account over a few weeks so you can buy that brand new television you wanted. So this passage gives us a lot of very important information that we need to think about and instill within us while we are young. So, what is a need? Remember, we have been discussing needs and wants. Needs are things that we have to have in order to survive. Wants are things that are nice to have, but we can live without. Why is it important to budget your money? Well, when you get a paycheck, when you get a job, you want to make sure that you spend the money appropriately, meaning you need to take care of your responsibilities. You may have bills like a mortgage, electricity, water, things that you pay for that you need to make sure that continue so that you can live comfortably. So you want to make sure that you pay on those very important things as well as food, and make sure that you have those things that you need so that way you will not be without. All right? So why do you need to have a savings account? So sometimes we would like to spend money, but it's also important to make sure that you save money. You want to save money so that way you can buy the things that you want. And there may be a few other things that you need to save up as well. Or if you are in a situation where you need help, where there's an emergency, like something that your house breaks, or you need to replace something, you need to have money saved up so that way you're able to do those things. And why should you buy needs before wants? Remember, needs are very important, and they're important because you need them to survive. So those wants, you can live without those, but those needs, you've got to have those in order to survive. All right, let's look at this family. This is the Teensy family, and they have some choices that they need to make, and we're going to help them make those choices. Will the Teensy family have enough money for everything on their list? We're going to discuss the things they should choose, and we're going to also discuss the things that they should not choose. So they have $5. All right, so let's look at their list. A refrigerator, a car, rent, and a stove. So they only have $5. Okay, so they need a car. So they have two choices of a car. They have a car that costs $5 and they have a car that costs $1. Remember, they have 4 things on their list that they need to purchase. Okay, so we have $5. So should we buy the car that costs $5? And then if we buy the car, that means that we're going to do without the refrigerator. We're not going to have enough money for rent or the stove. Or should we buy the car that costs $1? We should buy the car that costs $1, correct? Very good. All right, so we have 5 and we spent 1, now we have $4. So now we're looking at the stove. One of the stoves costs $3 and the other costs $1. If we buy the stove that costs $3, we'll have $1 left, and we'll only have $1 to figure out if we need to spend it on mortgage or the refrigerator. Or we can buy the stove that costs $1 and have $3 left over. So which one should we buy? We should buy the one that costs $1. So now we have $3 remaining. Okay, so $3 left, and we've got to pay our rent so that way we can keep living in our nice house. So should we choose the house where we have to pay $10 for rent, or should we choose the house where we only have to pay $2? Remember, we have $3 remaining. Okay, so we should buy the house that costs $2. So now we have $1 left, and we still have one more item on our list to buy, which is the refrigerator. So we have one refrigerator that costs $3 and one that costs $1. Which one should we buy? We should buy the one that costs $1. You're exactly right. Okay, so these are the type of choices that we'll have to make as we continue to grow, and we need to make sure that we make the best choices so that way we can have the things that we need. Now, some of those things are wants, okay? Like we need a car, but we may want the fancy one, but we have to be practical and we have to get what we can afford, okay? So thank you guys for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. I hope that you learned about the choices that you have to make, and I hope that you will grow to make great choices with your money, okay? All right, thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next time.